Come on, man, think. Hey folks, just waiting for my file to sync up. I've got a question, but come on, sync this notebook. What does a dot mean? Here we go. Hey team, how are you doing? So today I had a couple of these questions that were sent, so I'm gonna work on this one first. If you do have questions, feel free to send it to my email. Now I won't be able to go through all of them, of course. I'll try and do as many as I can. So what we might do is we'll do one of these questions and then we will try and do, what do you call it? We'll try and do another version of this type of question. So this is one of the algebra questions. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm going to link this. Hang on. Let me just link this website. Sometimes I grab questions from here. So I'm just going to put it out here. Let me just pin this message and hopefully this works. Yeah. Okay. So this is Dr. Snedden's maths website. He's a teacher up in St. Kitts now, actually. So he makes these papers, and so I've linked the website there. You can go and have a look at it. And he's actually written a couple of practice exams, and there are answers for these practice exams as well. So I know I've kind of done a couple of questions from here in the last stream. So we'll mix and match, we'll try and kind of work through some questions from here and possibly some questions that I've actually got. So we'll actually work through either and either. All right. But if you do want to kind of go through those questions, which is again good practice, go and have a look at it. And he's big ups to him for actually sharing these questions just with the general wider public. Okay, so today we're going to focus on this particular question here, which is a bit of algebra. We're going to try and go... Oh, am I sounding too far? I just realized. There we go. Move that mic. Should be better now. Sorry, I completely forgot about the mic. Yeah, let me just adjust that. There we go. That should be better volume. Sorry about that. It was kind of... Forgot about the mic there. Okay, so what is it? Could you teach how to solve the nth term after I get confused while doing it? I need more of a question, Yonita. So if you give me like a rough question, I can probably kind of kick off from there. Okay, so we're gonna start looking at this question. Now, looking at this question, what we've got to do is we've got to come up with a couple of equations, and then we've got to kind of put it together. So basically, what we've got here is it says that we've got a 20 centimeter length of wire and it's cut into two pieces. So imagine it like this, all right? So this piece right here is 20 centimeters. Now, what's going to happen is it's been cut into two pieces. So I don't know, I'm just going to put a little cross there. So it's cut into two pieces. Then what we've got is each of which is bent into a square. So let me take these two pieces here, and I'm going to have a yellow piece and a green piece. Actually, I just realized, should I give you guys some time to work on this? Or should I just go through the answer straight away? And then give you a practice question similar to it. I might just go through it by the looks of the silence here. It's so funny. The year 11s are always quiet in the first few streams. Okay, got it, Hassie. I'll go through it. Normally the year 13s, they're like yapping away by this time. Okay, so imagine taking this yellow piece of string, right? Because I've cut it up into two pieces. I'm going to take the yellow string and I'm going to create a square with the yellow string. All right, so that's the yellow string right there. Next up, I am going to take the green string and I am actually creating another square with it. So that's what's happening so far. Now, what they do tell us is the length of one of those squares, length of the side of one square is x centimeters. So if you think about it like this, you've got 4 sides that's actually making up that yellow square. So you've got x at the top, you've got x at the right side, x at the bottom, and x at the left side. So altogether, you've actually got 4 lots of x. That is going to be the yellow piece of the wire. So that means the yellow piece, we can write that as 4x. So this is what the yellow piece is actually worth. That's all right, Ram. We'll actually go through the answers. Now, once we got the yellow piece, which is 4x, we now need a length for the green piece. So the green piece of the wire, we know the total is 20. So remember, 20 centimeters is all the way from there to there. 4x is from there to there, which is the yellow part. So we now need a measurement for the green part. And if 20 is the whole length, we've taken away the yellow, which means the green part is going to be 20 minus 4x. So 20 minus 4x is the actual length of the green part. So that means we've actually got the right side, the top side, no, that's not the right, sorry. I'm looking at the screen the wrong way. That's left, right, top, and bottom. Those 4 sides, they actually add up to 20 minus 4x. So we've got the bottom plus left plus the top plus the right, and that's equal to 20 minus 4x. Now it is a square. So because it's a square, we can say that all of those 4 sides are equal to each other. And if all 4 of the sides are equal to each other, then what we can do is 20 minus 4x divided by 4 for each side of square. And when we do this, we're going to get 20 divided by 4 minus 4x divided by 4. And what we get is 5 minus x. So basically, what it's telling us is each of these sides are 5 minus x. So that's 5 minus x, that's 5 minus x, and that's 5 minus x. Now I'm going to pause here and I'm going to put some line numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If you do have any questions so far with what I've done, please let me know and I will happily answer those questions. Otherwise, I'm kind of happy to move on to the next part of the question. Now I know, like, some of you that might come in right now and they're like, oh, what is actually happening here? Most of these questions, it's all about just taking your time, just kind of breaking down one step at a time and working through. And I think that's what the whole point of mathematical reasoning is, because it's you got a big question and you got to figure out how to work at it slowly, one step at a time. So let me know if you have any questions here. If you don't have any questions, I will move on to the next part of the question. Infinite plus 1. I need something, people, to say that I can stop or go. 10 minutes. That's definitely... All right. Last one. 10 minutes. Yeah, sure, Elma, you can. All right. So I'm assuming that we're all good here. So the next bit is it actually tells us that the total area of the square is 14.5 meters squared. So that means we've got the yellow square plus the green square. So both of these, when you add up the area, you're going to get 14.5. So we've got to actually have the equations, which is the base and height. So we've got x and x. We've got 5 minus x here and 5 minus x there. So what we've got is we've got area of a square, so base times height. So we're going to do x multiplied by x plus we've got 5 minus x times 5 minus x, and this is equal to 14.5. So with that in mind, what we got to do next is we've got to expand the quadratic. I might give you guys maybe like just 1 or 2 minutes just to kind of work through this and see if you can get an answer. And if you do get it wrong, it doesn't matter. You know, no one's really looking. Just give it a go. And then I will go through the answer at 8:13. Yeah, 8:13 I'll go through the answer. But I've set up the equation for you, so give it a go. But yeah, at any point you have a question, just feel free to flick a message there, people. What do we got? Do we factorize it after solving it? I think once you solve it, you should get the values for x, and then you should be done with it. So let me show you here. So I'm gonna do the first one. X times x is x squared. Then I've got 5 times 5, which is 25. Then I've got minus 5x plus x squared. This is equal to 14.5. Then I'm combining my x squared, so I've got 2x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals 14.5. So bring the 14.5 to the left hand side. So I've got 2x squared minus 10x plus 25 minus 14.5, and this is now equal to 0. So kind of carrying on, we're going to get 2x squared minus 10x, 25 take away 14.5, that's going to be 10.5. Yeah, 10.5 equals 0. Now I'm just wondering, like, is this where we got up to so far? Thing is, like, see, like, I know in the previous years when we used to do level 1 like MCAT, you guys were not allowed to use graphics calculators or any type of calculators, which kind of was like, but now with this particular exam, you're allowed to use a calculator, which means you can actually solve this using the calculator, particularly the graphics calculator. So the way we're going to do it is I have set up videos. I think, let me just show you folks, where is it? So in my channel right there's a playlist called How to Casio, so that's right at the bottom. If you go down in there, it'll actually show you folks how to do like how to solve quadratic equation on this calculator. So there is a video there that you can actually watch. Dog is annoying me. You can watch it later, but I will try and show you manually as well. All right, So we're going to go right now. We're going to go into the calculator, go into equation, go into polynomial, we call it degree 2. And all we have to do is, notice how it says ax squared plus bx plus c. So if you look at the equation, this is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So all I have to do is just replace the a with 2, b with minus 10, c with 10.5. Oh, dog, come on. So when I do that, there is a couple of answers we get. Okay, hang on. I just got to go get the dog in. He's being a bit annoying. So x is equal to 3.5 or x is equal to 1.5. So there's two answers for this particular question. And the x could actually be two answers. So to kind of give it context, if you look at the first answer, I might just do it there. So if I look at the first answer, if x is equal to 3.5, then my first triangle is going to be 3.5, not triangle, square, is going to look like this. So this is going to be square A. And then square B, because it was 5 minus x, that's going to be 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. And if you actually work out the area in this case, so the area would be 3.5 squared, because base times height is 3.5 times 3.5, plus 1.5 times 1.5 for the second one. We actually get 14.5. So that was the original answer. Now the second answer is when x is equal to 1.5. So basically it's the same as what you'd get before, because this will be 1.5 and 1.5, and square B would be 3.5 and 3.5, and we work out the area. It's pretty much going to be the same area there. Again, it's going to be 14.5. So, but the question itself, if you look at the question's asking, find the length of the two pieces of wire. So now our two pieces of the wire, one piece is 4x, and the other piece is 20 minus 4x. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, because your answer is going to be the same either way. So if I take x as 3.5, then I do 4 times 3.5. So that's going to give me 14. And then this one is going to give me 6, because 20 minus 14 is 6. Or if I do it the other way, I'm going to get 6 as my first piece, 20 minus 4x. So 20 minus 6 is 14 as the second piece. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let me know if you have any questions with this, because yeah, I know it's a bit of a long question, but it kind of just covers the quadratic part quite a, like kind of coming up with the equations and then doing the quadratic part. That covers it quite nicely. Is that an achieved merit? I would say this is an excellence question. I don't think this is a achieved or definitely not a merit question. The amount of work that you're doing in this question, I would say that it's, yeah, it's definitely excellence. Has to be. There's no way this is an achieved or a merit. I would almost say, if you ask me where the achieved and merit part is, I would almost say your achieved part, just guessing here, I could be completely wrong, your achieved part could be coming up with, where would you put achieved? Maybe this part, coming up with the 20 minus 4x part, And then for merit, I would almost say you need to get the x and the 2x values. And for the excellence part is actually answering the that it's a guess and check, guys. I'm sorry, I wouldn't really know, but I'm roughly guessing that's where it'll be. Will the different answers give a different results? I'm not sure. I understand, Luca, what you're talking. What are we? What's the question? Would the different answers give a different result? I'm not sure what you mean by. Right, so there you go. And so 5 minus x, yeah, 20 minus 4x. Oh, I see. That's a bit harsh. So they're going to give an achieved here. All right, so let me know. Would you like to try a practice question like this, a similar question? Would you like to have a go? Let me know, and then I'm happy to kind of create another question like this, but without, like, with squares again. Would still do squares. Okay. Give me just one kind of second. All right, now we're awake. Okay. I get it. We'll do one more. Give me 1 second. I just want to double check the working out because I need to come up with a question very quickly, and I want to make sure that the question actually works. That's gonna be, I hope this works, because the worst thing I can do is give you people a question and it doesn't actually work. It's the most annoying thing that I could potentially do to you. 6.25, and let's make this 2x. Okay, so I think I got a question for you folks. Willie is back again. Where did I put the pen? Oh, here we go. All right. So we're going to do the same question, but I'm going to modify something slightly different. So you've got length of wire is going to be 50 meters. And I'm going to have, I hope this is going to work. So instead of x, I'm going to have this as 2x. So this is going to be square A and square B. And then area of A plus B equals, I hope this works out. I don't want to give you guys a horrible question and it doesn't actually work out. There we go. Let's try that. And I think, to be honest, it might take us a good 20 minutes to do this question. But yeah, it should kind of help you out. But folks, I know we're doing like different types of these, like we'll try and do different types of these questions, but there's no guarantee like this is the type of question that'll come in the exam. It's just trying to get you exposed to a variety of different types of questions. 5, 18, 35, 81, 110. Something doesn't look right with your number system there, Yonita. Because you're going up in 13, 17. Next should be 13, 17. 21. Yonita, that number series does not look right. That is not a quadratic. you're numbering, something's wrong with the numbers, because I can look at that and I can tell you right now that's not it's not following a pattern there, Yonita. The first two numbers are following a pattern, but something's wrong with the 35 to 81 to 110. Check those numbers again. All right, now I'm just gonna get started with this question. All right, like just so that you guys can see. I forgot the 56. Ah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, I thought there was a number missing there. Yep, no worries, Maya. I'll actually go through one step at a time. Yeah. So with this question, if you have already started and you're kind of working away slowly, that's absolutely fine. So first off, we've got length of the wire is 50. And it's going to be cut into two, just like the previous question. Let's say we're going to cut it there. And what we've got is we've got 2x as the base of square A. So this is going to be 2x, this is going to be 2x, and this is going to be 2x. So long story short, we've got 2x plus 2x plus 2x. So this is the yellow part that we talked about. All right. So that means we've actually got 8x as the yellow part. Now, if this yellow part is worth 8x, the green part is going to be 50, take away 8x, because 50 is the full measurement. Now the 50 minus 8x, we have to divide by 4 because this entire green length is 50 minus 8x. So I'm going to divide that by 4. Which means I've got 50 over 4 minus 8x over 4. So I got 12.5 minus 2x. Maya, let me know if you're okay with that so far. If not, I'm happy to explain it again. So basically the base is 12.5 minus 2x and the height is 12.5 minus 2x. Yep, sweet. So once that's done, we actually have been told that the area of A plus B is 106.25. So we've got area of A plus area of B equals 106.25. Area A is a square, so we're going to do base times height. So 2x times 2x. B, we've got base times height, so 12.5 minus 2x times 12.5 minus 2x. And now this is all equal to 106.25. So what I'll do is at this point, I'm not sure, Frosty. I got sent this question, and we've kind of made up a question based on that, so that you could actually have a look at it. Oh man, this guy's like, dude, I'm in the midstream, man. I can't send you the link. So at this point, expand the quadratic, folks. Bring it all together, and then just throw it in the calculator, and then you'll be done and dusted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly work this through. So I've got 2x times 2x, which is 4x squared. Then I've got to do the whole FOIL thing. So I've got 12.5 times 12.5. Yeah, I'm going to start using the calculator for this. Is that 60? No. Nope. 156.25. Minus 12.5 times 2 is 25x, minus 25x plus 4x squared. All of this is equal to 106.25. So combining my like terms, 4x squared and 4x squared is 8x squared minus 50x plus 156.25 equals 106.25. I hope this is going to work out. I'm so nervous. Rearrange this. So 8x squared minus 50x plus 156.25. Take away 106.25. And all of this is equal to 0. So we're going to get 8x squared minus 50x plus 50. Is that right? Have I done something wrong? I hope not. Okay, let me just chuck this up on the calculator. That's my charger. Need power. Do you guys get that, or have I made a mistake somewhere? Where's the charger? All right, let's see if this works out. So I'm going to go into menu, go into equation, go into polynomial degree 2, and I'm going to try this, and I'm nervous. 8 minus 50 and 50. Nice. Okay, so I've got two answers here. I have got x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 1.25. And if I'm correct, yep, that works out. I can't see it, but there it is. So 2.5 and it's 10. So remember, I did say it was going to be 2x, so that's why one of the sides is going to be 10 and the other side is going to be 2.5, which is 2 of that as well. So it doesn't really matter. Either way, we got it right. See, Mayan, this is one of the conversations I was having earlier at the start of this tutorial. Unless they kind of say show algebraic working, because I remember seeing a question in our last stream, and the question actually said show algebraic working, but let me just go back and have a look. Where was it? I remember doing a question like this, and you kind of had to oh, actually, here we go. So sometimes they have a word, like some kind of statement like this: use algebra to find their numbers. So you can't just put this in the calculator straight away and then kind of solve it. My assumption, and again, I'm sorry to say this is an assumption. I feel that because you're doing a quadratic of this nature, I don't think you will have enough time to do this manually, because for you to do it manually, they have to give you some really nice numbers to work with. They can't give you like decimal points and crazy things like that. I mean, this equation, yes, you can do it. You can do it manually. But if you look at the previous equation, you know, you've got 2x squared minus 10x plus 10.5. You've got to kind of like double it and then do some manipulation. So I would say it should be okay to use the graphics calculator. Now we've got x equals to 5 and 1.25. I didn't actually give you a question, which was terrible of me, but hopefully you got the idea of how to do these types of questions. So if they do come up with a question where they give you something and they go, oh look, what's the length, then you can kind of just work through the process here. So great question, Leica, and I think that's why they have to give questions where you can actually factorize it manually. But if you remember last year, or the years before that, one of the papers, the tables, equations, and graphs paper, I think someone said it perfectly the other day. They kind of said it like it's like level 1 TEG was pay to win. Basically have the calculator and you can pretty much do quite a few things on that calculator, which kind of sucks, but you know, this is pretty much what it is. But I think if the question does work out nicely, yes, then you can actually just factorize it straight away and do it. But yeah, you kind of have to start using these calculators at level 2 onwards anyway. So I'm sorry I don't have a full-on answer for you, Leica, for that one. I thought someone was going to send me a question, but clearly not. All right, so next question. I've got time for one more question. I'm going to go into this paper and let's see. So we were looking at this exam paper from Dr. Snedden last. By the way, I've actually pinned the website link on the chat, so if you do want to go and have a look at these questions, you can. We did this question last time, so there's use algebra to find their numbers. Shall we try another question? And ooh, that's a annoying one. Ooh, that's even. Jeezies, got some tough questions in there. I like this one. Do you want to do a quick trig question? Oh, the nth term. Okay, yeah, actually, fair enough. Let's do that one. So what were the numbers again, Yonita? I kind of missed that numbers. Let's get through that question. I saw it before. Where is the numbers? I can't see it. Oh, yeah, here we go. So you've got 5, 18... 35, and I think you had a 56 there. 81, 110. Okay, cool. So, and I think the question here was, what would the nth term be? Is that correct, Yonita? So I'm going to do a quick little example here. So this is an example here. If they give you a series of numbers like this, 7, 9, 11, 13, and then they ask you for what the nth... Yeah, I got the question. So what they are asking you for is the nth term. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this. I'm going to show you the shortcut method, which is using the calculator, and then I'm going to show you the long method as well. With the calculator, what you do is you actually convert this into a table. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got 7, 9, 11, and 13. So basically, it's saying like the first term is 7, the second is 9, third is 11, fourth is 13, and that's pretty much it. Now, if they ask you to find out what the nth general rule is, all you're doing is finding the equation of this particular straight line. So two ways. The calculator way is, I'll do the calculator way first, and then I'll show you how to do it manually. For the calculator way, we go into stat mode, and we punch in these numbers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got 7, 9, 11, and 13. So all I've done is I've actually taken this table and I've put that in the calculator. The next part is I can click on graph, click on graph 1, and you click on calc. And then you click on X because that's a straight line right there, as you can see it. And we're going to click on F2, and it's going to say which one of these formats would you like. I'm going to go with AX plus B because that's very similar to MX plus C. And so when I do that, I actually get A is 2 and B is 5. So my equation is going to be 2x plus 5. So that means that's the general term there, 2x plus 5. Now, if you want to do this without the calculator, all you have to do is a couple of little extra steps. So all you have to do is a couple of extra steps. And for the couple of extra steps, I'm going to do it in a different color. The first thing is you actually try and figure out what 0 is going to be. So when x equals to 0, or the 0 term, this is going to be 5. The reason it's going to be 5 is because all of these numbers are increasing by 2. And basically that increase by 2, that number goes here, and the 5 is basically from when x equals to 0. Now that's the manual way. I mean, the manual way is quite fast to do if it's a straight line equation. On the calculator, it takes a bit more time. So that's pretty much it if you have a straight line equation. Now, how do I know when something's straight line equation? I actually look at the values. If they are increasing by the same amount, like in this case, it's always increasing by 2, I know that this is going to be a straight line. Now, have a look at this question that Yonita actually sent. So I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this in a table. And I'm going to start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 5, 18, 35, 56, 81, 110. And then what I do is I have a look at the difference of these numbers. So if you look at it, between 5 to 18, it's going up by 13. 18 to 35, it's going up by 17. Then 21, 25, and 29. So as you can see, these numbers, they're not actually going up by the same thing. They're always going up by a different value. But there is a pattern to it, right? So you can kind of see the pattern. And then what you do is you go backwards. So if this was plus 13, this previous number, something plus 9 equals to 5. So keep that in mind. Something plus 9 equals to 5. So if you want to figure out what that something is, you would go 5 minus 9, because we're going to go backwards. 5 minus 9 is going to be negative 4. I'm going to write that in a different color there. Yep, I'm trying to kind of going to go through that with chill music. I'm kind of going through that. So what's happened is we've got all this information. Now, I'm going to go into the calculator. If you do have the graphics calculator, you can actually just put that in there without any kind of issues. So we're just gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4 is enough. I'm gonna go 5, 18, 35, and 56. You can actually put more values if you'd like to. So might as well put 5 and 6. So we've got 81, 110. And in this case, we're gonna click on graph, go into graph 1, and you can kind of see that it's a curve. I'm going to go calc, and I'm going to choose x squared because it's a parabola. And then those are my 3 values. So this is how you write the parabola equation, ax squared plus bx plus c. And all you have to do in your exam paper is replace the a with 2, b with 7, and c with minus 4. So those are the 3 values. I mean, like, that's fairly easy to do. But if you're doing it the manual way, what you have to do is have a look at, the first thing is that your quadratic is going to look like this. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, the c value, we've already figured it out because that's minus 4. So I'm going to write that as ax squared plus bx minus 4. And if you look at it in the calculator, you've got the minus 4 there as well. So that's all good. We've done the c value. Next, to figure out the a value, what we have to do is something called second difference. And the second difference is we take these red numbers and we see what's happening to these red numbers. As you can see, the red numbers, they are going up by 4 all the time. So the a value, I'm going to write it here. So the a value, whatever the second difference is, you divide it by 2, and that's your a value. So you're going to end up with a is equal to 2. So let me just rewrite that actually. Hang on. So a is equal to whatever the second difference is. So in this case, it's plus 4. So then a equals to 2. So I can go back here. Y is equal to 2x squared plus bx minus 4. And finally, and if you look at the calculator has got a as 2. This is just something that you always do with second difference. Once you find the second difference, you just divide it by 2 to get the a value, always. So finally, we've got to figure out the b value. And to figure out the b value, we just need to take one of those points. So I'm going to take the point 1, 5, which means y is equal to 5. 2 times 1 squared plus b times 1 minus 4. So I've got 5 equals 2 plus b minus 4. I've got 5 is equal to b minus 2. When I rearrange this, I'm going to get 5 plus 2. And that gives me b is equal to 7. And if you look at the calculator, we've got b is equal to 7. So with that, we actually get our equation, which is 2x squared plus 7x minus 4. So that's the manual way of doing it. And then the calculator way is, you've got the calculator way of doing it as well. Eric, I don't think it's, sorry, I kind of skipped that question there. Do you think the standard is harder than the old standards? No, I think you kind of said it right there. It's that it's not harder. It's just a lot of content that's been put in one standard. That's my feeling at the end of the day. There's a lot of content here for, what is this test? What, 4 credits or 5? No, it's a 5 credit paper, isn't it? Yeah, for 5 credits. Whew, there's a lot of content in here for 5. Wait, before I go off, any other questions in this one, what I did so far? I'm sorry folks, because I need to wrap it up quickly in about a couple of minutes because I've got a 9 o'clock stream with the calculus guys. No, I didn't get your question, Ilma. No, I don't think I'll have enough time to do today, Eric, because I've got to actually get ready for the next tutorial at 9. I was trying to aim for it to like 8:45 finish. Who's this? Who is this? Thank you so much. You're welcome. Maya, I think you kind of need to give me a bit more info where you found it challenging, because I know you were okay at the first part. Let me put up some line numbers. Where do we lose you? Chill music. I wish I had an answer for that question. Like, I honestly wish, because normally when I do these exams, I've got like about 3 to 4 years worth of papers. I can kind of see what the patterns are, and then I run my tutorials based on those things, like on things that come the most often. But we've only had one paper, and it's really hard to predict with just one paper. Yeah, Eric, we can do some measurement questions, and I'll do a coordinate question. Which one? You got to pick one. No, Tanik. I think it's going to be standard achieved merit excellence question. Hey, Nathan. I'm sorry to bug you like this. I mean, if I did, would you mind? It's a bit of a selfish thing here, but I've got a reporter trying to do a story, and she's trying to find. Oh well, we were trying to find people that would be happy to share, like how this channel has helped them, especially people that have left uni. So Nathan, if you do have time, I'll put the email address there of the reporter. Feel free to just contact her. She's looking for some stories by the end of the week. I would love for you to just I don't know, say whatever you can if you have time, man. Probably just go there, go through his Gamma book. Man, that's a lot, Kunal. You gotta go through Gamma book 1.3, 1.4, 1.6, 1.7. That's literally tables, equations, and graphs. I'm surprised you don't put MCAT there. That's linear algebra. And then you've got geometric reasoning. Tanik, I am a full-time teacher. Like I had a pretty full-on day today, and I had a meeting after school. The secret, which is, let me kind of show you guys this. I think the secret, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it. This is me tracking everything that I do in a single day. And I actually snuck in a 20-minute nap today at 6:30. Awesome. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'm a full-time teacher. I got to actually do this one next stream, and then after that, do my planning for tomorrow. And then back in the grind. What app is that? Luke the Bean. I think it's called Simple Tracker. Simple Time Tracker or something like that. Yeah, Simple Tracker. I've found it quite useful. My school made us go through it. Yeah. I think they missed the algebra, Kunal, because algebra would be 1.2, right? Now, my end, stats mode for exponential graph doesn't actually work. It's a bit annoying. Because the exponential graph that the calculator gives out is slightly, it kind of messes it up. I spent like years trying to figure it out, and I couldn't unless they've changed the software. Right, folks, I'm really sorry, but by the way, my schedule, just chuck in my schedule. It is on somewhere. I think did I put this up on the YouTube channel? I can't remember. I posted it in a whole heap of places. Okay, great. I didn't actually put that in the channel, but it is available on, let me just put that here so you guys can have the link. So just pin that document somewhere and check out when the next level 1 maths is. I think we're doing it on Thursday. And I'm trying to keep it to the same days, except, why did I change to level 2 calculus? I must have made a mistake. I might have doing a double. Okay, I might just need to double check I might have made a mistake. But all the ones with the blue, they are all links that are ready to go. So I think that should have been a level 1 maths reasoning. Let me just change that before I forget. Why would I do algebra and calculus? Yeah, I made a mistake. Did I? I did. That's fine. Change that to calculus. Cool. Yes, Leica, this video will be saved. You can watch it anytime you'd like. All right. So all of the videos that I do will get saved. Will you be going to the center after this year's externals? Yes, Eric, I will, but more, I think, towards the end of the exam, so people don't freak out. Yeah, no worries. You're welcome, Tanik. Leica, you answered you guys. Okay, cool. I'm going to jump onto the next stream. Catch you later. I will see you guys on Thursday. All right. If you do have any questions that you find, please feel free to flick it to me. I will try and answer them as much as I can. No worries, BMX. Later. See you guys.